Hi guys and welcome to the Little Loft. My name's Rich and I hope you guys are all doing very well. So today I thought we'd do a really useful lesson on kind of approaching intervals in your playing. So this is a really kind of simple idea to start you off. As you saw in the demo at the beginning, I was just kind of playing my normal bits and pieces, but just trying to play sort of this interval idea within it so you can kind of see how that kind of leads you on to other ideas and licks, maybe bit different from what you normally do. So it's all based around the A minor pentatonic scale and the A natural minor scale. So this was done over the backing track, which I'll put a link in the description for you. So this idea, to break it down for you, is essentially kind of taking sections of the scale in your kind of typical positions and then sort of using an interval to then kind of move throughout those positions. So what I'll do next is break it down for you and sort of show you how you can start using it. It might take a little while to get under your fingers, to get used to the kind of movement of it really. But once you do, you should be able to get some really cool stuff happening with this. And it's just a nice, create some really nice dynamic and really melodic kind of angles to your playing as well. So we'll have a look at breaking that down, and then I'll give you a couple of exercises you can try, and then from there you can then get it into your playing. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so first of all, just to get this under your fingers, you need to look at the A minor pentatonic scale and break it down into sections across the neck. So we're going to do this on two strings, the E and the B string, and we're going to group it into 4 notes. So first of all, you'll end up with an exercise like this. Okay, so it's quite an easy exercise once you get it down. Another thing you can do with that is actually then take it across the entire neck. So instead of just the top 2 strings, you can use it on other pairs of strings, and then you'll actually end up mapping the entire scale out across the neck, which is really useful. So the next thing we're going to do with this particular exercise, just to get this interval idea down, is actually apply an interval to these shapes now. So we can start off in the first sort of position, if you like, and use an interval of a 5th. So that's the 1st fret and the 3rd fret on the B and E string. So all you're doing now is just taking that same shape and moving it across each of those sections that you've now played with that interval in place. So you'll basically get an exercise like this. So already it's sounding a bit more interesting. You know, you can start to hear that interval coming out now. So another thing we can add on to this exercise, just to take it a tiny bit further, is just slide into each interval when you go into a new section. So you get this kind of idea. So suddenly it's sounding a little bit more melodic. It's kind of got a bit more seamlessness to it because you're not kind of playing the notes just on their own, you're sliding into the notes. And if you're feeling really brave, you can do it backwards. So you get this exercise. And that's essentially the basis for this interval idea, you know, so you can move up and down the neck, and you can do it quite quickly with this because, you know, the bigger the interval jump, the sort of quicker you can move essentially. So the next thing you can do, just to make this a little bit more interesting than that, is actually add in the extra notes that make the pentatonic minor into the natural minor. So what we'll do is we'll then break it down into groups of 6 notes. That seems to be the easiest way. So the next thing you have is this exercise, and then from that I'll play a little bit, you know, a few examples that will have a few intervals tucked in there as well, and then you'll start to see how we got from that to kind of, you know, the fully fledged kind of interval idea. So 6 notes each section, so try this exercise as well. So as you can see, it's just more of a way of mapping out the natural minor scale, the same way we did with the pentatonic minor. There's a few more notes available just because of the combinations of notes. Now you've got kind of groups of 6, and that way you can then pick out different intervals and play around and see what works and what doesn't. So I'll play a few examples for you just to kind of give you a taste of where you can get to once you get all these exercises in place. And then again, like the pentatonic idea, you can use the natural minor and then actually eventually kind of develop that across the entire neck as well, the same as before. So after all this, if you kind of put the work in, you'll end up with a really nice kind of, you know, set of options that you can really kind of break up the neck and go pretty much wherever you like. So yeah, I'll play a few examples now just so you can get a taste of what you can do. So nothing too complicated. I'm just trying to play in time, you know, just to kind of find my fingers. Don't rush too quickly because you will end up tripping up with this. But once you get a few ideas under your fingers, then you can really get that into your playing and then hopefully, you know, develop from there. So hopefully this is a really cool idea for you and it will help you kind of develop your playing, give you some more ideas, a bit more inspiration, you know, and just see what you can do with it really. So let us know in the comments if you how you get on, and if you want to see any more of these kind of lessons in the future. Let us know any topics you want me to cover, and of course, as always, check out the other videos, subscribe, hit the like button and all the rest of it, and we'll see you very soon. So take it easy and take care.